me sit up real quick. Can't be looking like a slob for this episode of the TJD Sports Podcast. Um, my name's Dylan. You know, we got Jacob. Well, I don't know actually. Is how like am I on the far left on y'all screens?
Yes.
Just
Yep.
completely off topic. Okay. Yeah. In the middle we got Jacob, and on the far right we got Tyler. Repping his Chicago Bears that I can't wait to talk about here in a little bit.
Oh, I can't
Um,
wait, buddy.
and yeah, boys, it's a beautiful Friday night. Hope your bellies are full from Thanksgiving yesterday. And
Had a lot of food, buddy. A lot.
yeah, how many plates?
I lost count after 4.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay.
But it wasn't in one sitting. Wasn't in one sitting.
Sure.
It started at like 12 and went until about 8:30.
Good lord.
Well, see, if you didn't say until 8:30, I would have thought you were talking about the plates when you said it started at 12.
Yeah. I didn't pick up my first plate until about 2. But Thanksgiving itself, when we said the prayer and everything, started at 12.
You
I was
didn't
still
eat a
re-
single bite of food until 2?
I was recovering. I was recovering. Probably wasn't 2. It's a little exaggerated. It was probably a little bit earlier than that, but I was recovering from what had happened. So I had a lot of anger.
Oh, from the Bears. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
The Bears game gave me a
okay,
lot of anger
okay.
issues
I'm
yesterday.
with you. I'm with you. All right. Well, let's. Well, actually, um, do y'all have our picks from from for yesterday's games? I don't even remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're pulled up.
they're
Let's
in
see.
there.
Oh, okay. I see them now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey.
So we're gonna change it up. We're gonna start with the NFL today.
Oh no, I'm
Or
sorry.
you want
I'm
to
just
start with
all over the
college?
place. I'm
I
all
mean,
over the place.
gosh, this
Whoa,
guy, this guy acts like we haven't been doing this for 2 months already.
this guy's lost in the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah,
I'm lost in the sauce.
where
All right.
Dylan? Where'd
You're
you go,
right, boys.
sweetie?
You're right, boys. We're gonna start with making our picks. I'm just so used to like if we had picks previously, just knocking those out first. But this is a different occasion because it's Thanksgiving week. So hey, cut me some slack, boys. All right. First game. Uh, it's rivalry week in the college football world. Already been some crazy games today, some close ones, some good ones. But starting us off, we got number 3 Texas. This rivalry, I have been talking about it all year with you boys. It's
Yes,
finally
you have.
back. Number 3 Texas going to number 20 Texas A&M, Kyle Field. Oh, boys.
Boys.
I'm taking the 12th man in this one. I'm just going to go ahead just straight up say it. Give me Texas A&M, a rivalry that was once one of the best rivalries in college football. It's back, baby. I'm taking the 12th man and the Aggies.
JP, who you picking?
I've been going back and forth about this all year. I think I'm gonna ride with the 12th man as well. I think it's Kyle Field at night, so I think there's nothing better than that
Yep.
besides kneeling.
All I'm gonna say is hook 'em. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna hook 'em horns. We're rock with it.
All right. Next one. This one. I feel like I well, South Carolina won 2 years ago. Did they win last year? Well, let me just say the game first, I guess. Everyone else doesn't know what I'm looking at. South Carolina, number 15, South Carolina, going to Clemson. This this could be a playoff game right here. Honestly, I mean, obviously if Clemson loses, they're out. If Clemson wins, they're more than likely in. But South Carolina, that 15 spot, I mean, South Carolina's like one or two upsets away from being right in the mix in the college football playoff. Um, and I'm actually gonna go with the Clemson Tigers though. Uh, you wanna know why? 'Cause screw them. That's why I hate South Carolina. So give me the Clemson Tigers.
JP, you want to go or you want me to go?
You got this one.
All right, short and simple. Give me the Cox.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna ride with South Carolina as well. I don't know. It's not a night game. I don't think so. I don't think they'll have any really advantage here besides it being at home. So I think South Carolina is a good ball club. So give me the Cox as well.
All right. Can we social media guy? Can we clip that both of
Yeah,
those
seriously.
two
Can we get a
things?
thing? Can we get a saying? Go Cox on here.
I'll take the yeah what Jacob just said right there specifically. I want that to be clipped. um, next one of the oldest rivalries in college football. Number 5 Notre Dame. They're going on the road to Southern California this weekend. USC is not having the best season, but anything can happen in rivalry week. We saw the Egg Bowl today was a lot closer than it was supposed to be. Didn't actually even see the end of it, so I'm assuming that Ole Miss hung on.
Yeah, they did.
They did, yeah, 26-14. I mean, that's a bad.
Nice, Jared.
Oh, that's a bad Mississippi State team, but that just shows rivalry week. It brings out the best in certain teams. So I think I'm just gonna go with the underdog here, and I'm taking USC to upset Notre Dame and possibly eliminate Notre Dame from the college football playoffs. USC is going to put it together because it just means more this week. Miller Moss, give me Miller Moss.
I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
I hate when you have the same picks as me. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Irish here just because Lincoln Riley's so inconsistent as a coach. And especially being this season, they haven't really been able to put offense together. So I'm going to take Notre Dame.
Sounds good. It's okay, boys. I'll be the odd man out tonight. That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, me and you are both the odd man out right now. JP is picked. JP is picked.
Exactly, Jared. Thank you. Jared's on my side.
Yeah.
All right.
On to the next.
I mean, how much? Enough said. The Iron Bowl, boys. Um, Auburn going to Alabama. If this was at Auburn, I would be strongly considering this. Unfortunately, I think it's just with a brand new format. I don't think it's going to be possible for Alabama to not be represented in the college football playoff. Even if I think they shouldn't, I think that it's going to happen. I'm taking Alabama to win this just because I feel like they there's no way Alabama's getting left out of the college football playoffs, and they obviously have to win this for that to happen. Give me Alabama.
I'm going to go Bama in a close one. I don't think it's going to
Oh,
be
close one.
a big one. I think it's just going to be really close, probably a nail
What,
biter, come field goal.
what is this man laughing at, Jacob? Do you know what's
Oh,
going
I'm not
on?
laughing.
He's probably
I'm
about
not
to pick
laughing.
Auburn.
I'm just trying to hide my smile because, I want it to be known that Alabama's not going to make it. So I'm going to go with Auburn here to pull off the upset. Like you said, Dylan, it's rivalry week. So, like anything, teams play better. So I'm hoping, I'm really hoping Auburn plays better.
Okay. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. And then our last pick for college football, number 24 Kansas State travels to number 18 Iowa State. Boys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I haven't watched a single one of these teams play this year. Um, but
Even better.
number 18 Iowa State, they're at home. You know, that's all I can really gauge off of. Give me Iowa
Wouldn't this,
State.
yeah,
Give me the
for Iowa State,
Cyclones.
wouldn't this be like a playoff game for them though? Like depending on if they play in the
Yes.
conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Iowa State.
I'm gonna go with Kansas State here. I think they're gonna punch Iowa State out of it while they're down. So
Little throat punch action.
yeah, make sure they're just because there's a 4-way tie right now for that conference. I think they're gonna just take them out.
Oh, Jared. Um,
He's gonna hate us for this one.
oh, he's a Texas fan, isn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
Jared, I got
Jared. Um, Tyler's the only one that took um, Texas. Me and Jacob both picked the Aggies in that game. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were a Texas fan. That may have changed my answer if I knew that at the time, but it doesn't. Because I'm still going with the Aggies, Jared. You're just going to have to deal with it. The 12th man's going to be rocking.
That's
And,
crazy.
yep, that's pretty much all there is to say about
you.
that.
Oh, that's gonna be. It'll be a good
Yeah,
game.
all
I
right.
think I'm excited for that one for sure.
Well, all right, so those are our picks.
Lip.
Um, Now we can get into dive into the juicy stuff in the college football world now that the picks are out of the way. Um,
Ye-
First of all, one thing I want to mention since we're on the topic, Jared, um, Texas is in danger, believe it or not, in my opinion. This isn't even a wild opinion, of being eliminated from the college football playoffs. Because if they lose this game, they're still going to have to play Georgia for the SEC championship. I find it very hard that a or a three-loss Texas team with their best win being Vandy. I'm not now. I don't want this to seem like just a beat down on Texas. I think Texas is really good, but I'm just saying they're at a very big risk of if they lose the next 2 weeks or next two games, they could just be on the right on the outside looking into the playoffs. So this is a must-win for Texas.
Okay, so
Uh,
let me ask you this, right? So is it already been said that Texas is in the SEC championship game?
it's not possible, I don't think, for Texas to be taken out, is it?
But what if they lose to A&M? Then every team would be a two-loss SEC team.
Okay, again, this is the exact thing that we had going on
I know, but
too.
I'm just saying like that goes into my question that I was going to ask you guys in the over college football, but I don't know. I think Texas will be here in playing Georgia in the SEC championship game. I
Yeah.
I would hope so, but
Yeah, I
my
mean,
go ahead.
so yeah, there would be a four-way tie for well, if Tennessee
So then go
wins.
over quality wins possibly.
Well, I don't think the SEC like gets to pick. I think there's a here, hold up. SEC championship tiebreaker.
Because then if I don't want to say anything
Okay.
stupid, so I
I
don't
feel
want
like
to
it I'm looking it up right now, but I feel like it has something to do with like your margin of victory over a common opponent or something like that. I feel like there's let's see. Let's see. In the event of a tie between teams competing for a place in the conference championship game, the following procedures will be used. Head-to-head competition among the tied teams. So, for instance, Georgia beat Texas. So, okay, so yeah, actually Texas, if they lose, they'd be. So it could be Texas and or Texas A&M. Yeah, so Jared, I'm sorry. If they lose to Texas A&M, they would still be in there because it wouldn't even be possible for them to play Georgia. Um, After the head-to-head competition, so record versus all common conference opponents among the tied teams. So if Tennessee and Georgia both played Alabama, who had a better,
who
like
had a
who
better
won,
winning.
who lost.
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna go way down this list because there's gonna be a four-way tie if A&M does win. Um, After that, it's the record against the best common opponent, and then let's see. Oh yeah, after this, it shouldn't go past that, but if it does, there's a lot more into it. If there's like just craziness, but there's it basically they start like comparing schedules of who they played, who they both played, and like what their result was of that game. So like um, for Georgia, for instance, like their losses to Alabama and
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. So Tennessee beat Alabama. So I guess technically Tennessee would have a tiebreaker. Well, but Georgia beat Tennessee, so that's each one of those four teams. They all have those. That's it's gonna be interesting. It'll be interesting if Texas
Even
A&M
if
beats
A&M, they're in
Texas.
college football playoff. If they win, they're in. So Texas is in regardless.
I disagree with that one.
So this was my question. Okay, I mean, I know we're talking about Texas right now, but it also goes into what we're talking about. So my question is it's about Georgia. Actually, I'll just wait. I'll hold on. It's about Georgia. So we'll wait. I'll wait.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the interruption.
Jared, if they lose to, I'm sorry. So after further review, if they lose to A&M, they're not going to be in the conference championship, from what it appears. So I don't think they'll fall out of the college football playoff with a loss. I think they'll still be in the playoff. Originally, when I was saying that, I thought that they were automatically into the conference championship, and then as we saw earlier in the year, they did not compete with Georgia, so I would just assume that the same thing would happen again, and then that would be a three-loss Texas team. But I don't think that's even possible if they lose to A&M. Hopefully, for your sake, they just handle business tomorrow, and then they don't even have to worry about it, and then they're just number three team in the country
Yeah.
going into the college football playoffs, or going into the conference championship. But yeah, that was my whole thing with that. But Tyler, what's your question about Georgia? Oh, Jacob, you said that you don't think they're in with a
Yeah,
loss.
I don't think Texas is in if they lose to A&M because if you look at their schedule,
In the
they don't have a quality win
Are you talking about SEC championship or the whole
playoffs.
thing?
The
They
Okay.
whole
don't have a
thing.
quality win. Their one quality opponent was Georgia, and they got dominated.
Well, then if they're in the SEC championship and they see that Georgia whoops up on them again, then I feel like at that point that would
Well, I mean,
be
yeah, at that point they'll be
conversation
a
of,
three-loss team.
well, yeah, yeah,
But I'm saying they would have to if they lose to A&M and they somehow get in the championship game for SEC, they have to dominate Georgia. Because they don't have any quality wins. They have Vanderbilt, Kentucky, a very bad Michigan team. Like they just don't. Their schedule doesn't favor them at all.
yeah.
And it's not their fault. That's just the way the SEC scheduled them. So
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I still think they would make it. But yeah, no, I see that your point exactly is why I was saying two more. Like if they lost to A&M and the conference championship, they're 100% out because of the fact that they, unfortunately, their best win is Vanderbilt right now. Um, Now that win could get better if Vandy does the unthinkable tomorrow. I don't want to speak that into existence, but that would be a way to make Texas's schedule stronger.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like Texas, I don't think it's like you just said, Jake. It's not Texas' fault. Like at the time when they made the schedule, they didn't think Michigan would just have the complete fall off after the national championship win that they had. Um, Same thing with like a lot of these teams that scheduled Florida State. No one thought that Florida State would just go from being 12-1 to just one of the worst teams in college football this year. So it's just they thought they were well, and they can't pick the SEC schedule like you said, but they thought that their out of conference schedule was going to be a lot uh, more of a resume builder than what it was. But it's not their fault that. Um, but they have handled business in every game that they're supposed to handle outside of Georgia. It's just like you said, that's their one. And Vanderbilt at the time, they were ranked. Gotta remember that. Vandy was number 25. Now Florida's showing some life again later in the year. Um, I don't know. But,
I mean, Vandy did beat Alabama, like Jared said. So
yeah.
Bama's done. I think there's no way you can put Alabama in the playoffs.
Unfortunately, I
they're
would agree with you 1,000%, but where they ranked them at number 13, Bama's
they're as of
one or
right now.
two upsets away from being in there.
Yeah, as of right now, they're the second team out. So
If you're the college football committee and you put a 3-loss Alabama team in it that has been up and down all season, you're asking for trouble.
okay, so this that kind of ties into my question. Okay, so let's just say for Georgia's case, right? Say Georgia Tech beats them tonight. They then become a three-loss team, but they're still competing for an SEC championship. Obviously, if they win, they would get they would get the automatic bid. So obviously, that would be your one three-loss team.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I kind of blanked on what my question was. Let's just say, okay, here's what it is. So let's say Georgia loses tonight. They play in the SEC championship, and they lose. Let's say it's Texas. They lose to Texas. Okay, obviously they'd be a four-loss team at that point. But what? How would I don't know? I would you still
If they're four
consider?
losses, they're not even in
See that
consideration. I'm confused of what
I
you're
had the
saying.
question. I had the question in my head, and then now that I'm saying it, it just makes it me. No, okay, my bad. They win tonight. They win tonight. They lose the SEC championship game. Do you still put Georgia in?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's been talked about by a lot. Like, there's probably some teams that are really hoping that they don't play in the SEC championship game for the fact of like you don't want to have that recency loss that other teams wouldn't have. Like Tennessee, if they just beat Vandy, they don't want, in my opinion, like obviously, yeah, you want to win a conference championship, but like the risk of losing that conference championship now more than ever is like it's not worth winning the conference championship because
Yeah.
ultimately the conference championship it doesn't mean as much as the national championship, obviously, and it's always been that way, but it's even more so now. Like you get a chance to play for it, but like if you don't win it, then like now you lost the conference championship and you're not in the college football playoff. So like the
Jared, what
risk.
do you mean? Who are we putting in for these teams? Like, are we replacing those three, or are we? Okay. So
That's the thing. So I mean, I'm just right now. Like let's just say because there's not a top 12 matchup this week, right? There's some ranked teams that play like Texas and A&M. Let's just say every team that is ranked currently inside the playoffs wins. That's the scenario. Currently, Bama's the team that's out just because they're not currently in. If no one else gets upset, but obviously conference championships is going to matter. But I'm just saying because of where the committee ranked them at number 13, that's why I was so mad last week. Teams like Alabama and Ole Miss, they should have dropped way further than 13 and 14, getting their third loss. But the committee showed exactly what they feel about them. They're prepared to put those teams back in there if there's just a bunch of upsets this week and then maybe a certain team loses in the conference championship. Um,
speaking of an upset, Georgia Tech's up 10-0 on Georgia right now.
yeah, I mean, well, where was this Georgia team against Tennessee? This is what makes me mad. Anyways, that's a different story. But yeah, like I'm just saying, in a 12-team playoff, Alabama being number 13, they're 1,000% still alive, whether we believe they should be or shouldn't be.
So do you think if Georgia loses tonight, do you think Alabama jumps because of that?
No, because you keep forgetting Boise State's at the 4. They're not the 12. So the Big 12 is going to be at that 12 spot.
Well, yeah, but if Boise State, what?
But Boise State has that 4th seed spot.
Yeah,
So
because they
they're
would get
not.
the automatic bid.
Yeah.
Right, but what Tyler's asking Jacob is like, does Alabama get Georgia's spot
If
in the
Georgia
No,
playoff
loses,
because
right now?
Alabama still lost to Georgia or beat Georgia.
exactly.
Well, I hear that too,
I don't know. I
but
feel like
there
the
was a
quality
poll.
losses.
Yeah, and I hear that too, but when Tennessee lost to Georgia, they put Alabama above Tennessee when they both had 2 losses. So I don't think that they've shown that the head-to-head matchup it matters more to them when you lost rather than who you lost to. So because Tennessee should have been ranked higher than Alabama all season before last week, but Alabama was ranked above Tennessee even though Tennessee beat Bama. And same thing. I mean, Georgia beat Texas, but you know what I mean. Like that, I don't think it fully matters on head to head. I think if Georgia loses this game, yeah, I think Georgia's gonna fall, and then Georgia has to win the SEC championship at that point to make it in. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I think it's not possible for Alabama to not have a chance with where they're ranked right now at number 13, because all it takes is Georgia Tech to win this, and then for all those tiebreakers, if Georgia isn't in the conference championship, then Georgia's season's just over after tonight.
Well, think
Well,
of it
outside of
this
the
way: Tennessee was ranked 11 last week, and they weren't even in the playoffs.
right,
So I don't think so much of the rankings have any effect on what the playoffs show.
right, and I understand that because there are the auto bids and everything, but like what I'm saying is there's gonna be some top 12 teams that lose because they have to because they play each other in conference championship games. And there's probably in rivalry week, it happens every year, someone's going to get upset at some point in this. Um, I still don't understand how Miami's rival is Syracuse. I'm just looking at that right now. That's just completely off topic. I don't know why that's the rivalry week for
Yeah.
Miami. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I know they're conference
I
opponents,
think
but
if Georgia loses tonight, I think Alabama has to lose for Georgia to stay where they are. To have not stay where they are because obviously they're going to fall, but in I I don't I don't know. Everything's going to be shaken up, and I don't know. It's just well, obviously teams are going to get upset, everything like that. But
okay.
I,
Well, if Georgia loses, Alabama at the very best goes from 13 to 12. And then I mean Boise the only reason Jacob like right now why like cuz there's not a Big 12 team that is currently ranked inside the top 12, but that's a guaranteed spot. So the Big 12 is ultimately what's like screwing some of these teams that are like number 12 or number 11 like Tennessee was last week because they got to give a spot to a Big 12 team even though there's not a Big 12 team that's even worth or deserving of being put in there, but they've got to give them one because they get auto bid. So the Big 12 is going to rob somebody out of a spot.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be a 3-loss Big 12 team in the college football playoff, which is just ridiculous, but it's going to happen. Um, but anyways, I don't know. It go Georgia Tech. That's all I can say. We'll just have to keep speculating. Anything can happen, but I
it
don't know.
would. I hope there like you said, there's teams that don't want to play in the SEC championship right now. Like they were talking about it that what's so funny over there, Gigglebox?
Georgia was driving down the field and then they fumbled it and Georgia Tech recovered.
Good,
Oh no way.
good. I don't know. These next 2 weeks are going to be very interesting. No, next because they will play this week, then they have a week off, and then conference championship.
Yep.
Yeah,
This week Army Navy week, then conference championship.
yeah, yeah. So next 3 weeks, but 2 weeks of their season.
Oh, I hope Georgia Tech scores right here. At least get a field goal. It's just do
Yeah,
something.
make
We're just
make
gonna keep doing live updates on that throughout this podcast
yeah,
tonight. Just that's a very big deal right now.
that's huge.
Um, let's see. But yeah, the game is at 11. Automatic into that's okay. So, Jared, that's what we're
They've
since there's
already been locked as if they are going to the SEC championship. So
yeah, I think like the only thing that now is like it would be between Texas A&M and Tennessee is like the second.
those
Well, that's the thing. Georgia, like tonight doesn't matter for their SEC championship
yeah, they're
game.
already
Like
yeah, Georgia's already in
this
it.
just makes it to where if they lose tonight, they absolutely have to win the SEC championship game to
Yeah.
get into the playoff.
We're just talking
Um,
about who's going to play Georgia in the SEC championship.
yeah, because there would be a three-way tie between Texas A&M and Tennessee if Texas A&M wins tomorrow. If well, that's the thing though. If Texas wins, then your SEC championship is just a rematch of Texas and Georgia. Tennessee, I think their only shot of even being in there is if A&M wins, and then it comes down to a tiebreaker between Tennessee and A&M, and that's where like we would literally have to sit here and like look at who all they both played. Like if they didn't play any common opponents like that had different results, then it would probably be Alabama, and Tennessee beat Alabama, so that would probably be like the tiebreaker. I think that Tennessee, if Texas A&M beats Texas, Tennessee might be in the conference championship.
Which is gonna suck. Which is
Honestly.
gonna suck because I don't want Tennessee in the SEC championship game. Because like you said, then it becomes down to the fact of like
It depends on if A&M played Arkansas. Did A&M play Arkansas this year? Oh, they did, and A&M beat them. Yeah, it may be Texas A&M no matter. I don't think Tennessee's in there. I don't know. That's
I
the
think it's
thing.
I think
There's
it's
so many
either
different.
Texas or Texas A&M.
Yeah, and then who did A&M lose to?
Um, in the SEC,
Who's their loss? Or other than Notre Dame? Yeah, they have,
Auburn.
yeah, Auburn in overtime.
and South Carolina. Okay, yeah. So and Tennessee didn't play either one of them. Yeah. So if Texas A&M beats Texas, then A&M is in the conference championship because their only common opponent at that point would be um,
Arkansas.
Arkansas, and Tennessee lost to Arkansas, and Texas A&M beat Arkansas. So yeah, so it's not possible anymore for Tennessee to make it. Anyways, but yeah, so there's that. Um, Ohio State's gonna handle business in the game. That's normally one of the biggest games of the year. I don't even think it's gonna be close this year.
So
Um,
I saw something where if Ohio State loses that game, that you could be looking at Penn State being your in that conference championship.
Gross.
then it'd
So
be Penn State and Oregon.
yeah,
Or would it? Well, that's see, and then now we're not getting in another one of those rabbit holes because then you got Indiana as a possibility. There's just
well,
every
Indiana,
conference has their
yeah,
tiebreakers and all that. I'm not diving into every single.
no, we don't really know much about Penn State and all that, so we stick to the SEC around here.
All right. So what's the question of the day, boys? For
The
college?
question of the day for college football is yeah, Penn State is so trash. Um, question of the day is what college program would you like to take over if you were a coach? I'll open it up to you guys.
I'll let Jacob answer that one. I don't know.
College program I would like to take over is probably North Texas. I know it's a really random school to pick out of, but there's a lot of it's in a really good part of Texas, and okay, okay.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not laughing at what you're saying. I'm laughing at the fact that you were just like North Texas.
Well, I was gonna give you my reasoning, but you two morons couldn't
No,
stop
I'm
laughing.
ready. I'm ready for. I need the reasoning. 'Cause
He's wheezing.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it was
I'll give you
absolutely
time.
not that.
I'll give you time.
All right, go with your reasoning.
Okay, I love this question of the day. I was a little sus on it, but I'm loving it. That just caught me off guard. I was not expecting that. That was so confident too. That reminded me of like who would you want taking the final shot in Game 7? And Max Kellerman's like, give me Andre Iguodala. Like, who would I want to
Texas.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't help it. That made me. I was not expecting. I don't hate the pick, Jacob. I was just not expecting it whatsoever. That's great. That means we're not all gonna say the same thing. So I'm not sure as hell I'm not gonna say it. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well,
I'm ready.
lucky pick, I'm
Okay.
done.
Tell me.
No, you gotta say your
No,
reason.
no,
You gotta say your
I
reason.
no,
gotta
I'm
hear the
done. I
reasoning.
can move on.
No,
No, I
say
gotta-
say your reasoning. The viewers want to hear.
Yeah, no, please. I want to hear too. What's the reasoning?
Oh, it's just the quality of talents in Texas. So I mean, you have more of a picking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, like for high school recruiting and everything.
Don't,
So you'd want to be on the.
Think.
don't
you'd wanna be the
tell
mean
what
green.
you were originally gonna say. You were gonna say it's in a good part of Texas.
It is.
Like, elaborate on what you mean in a good part of Texas.
There's a lot of recruits at a lot of high schools.
I mean,
What's so hard to fathom? What's so?
Give me the mean green. That's so funny. I'm sorry, Jacob. I didn't mean to laugh. Like I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing because it caught me so off guard. Because that was probably the last school that was on my mind. I didn't know what you were gonna say, but that was funny. Okay, Tyler.
Oh, it better be a really good one. Watch it be a Power 5.
I'm be
Oh my
honest with
God.
you, I don't know. I've been thinking. I'm thinking. I'll let Dylan go first. I'm narrowing it down.
Give me South Dakota State. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. That would actually be a good. A lot of recruits. That would
Never.
Prog knows about my recruiting skills.
That's a video game.
Yeah, you still can't get them.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Give me Georgia Southern.
We gotta go with this.
I'm sorry. Okay, that was so funny. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Shit is hot in here. Oh.
Okay.
JB's face.
Jacob, I'm gonna need you to stop. I need you to laugh with this, so I'm gonna laugh harder. Okay. I'm just gonna look down because I can't look up right now. Okay. Whew. Okay.
I can't stop looking at him.
Oh my gosh, this
All right,
what a question of the day. What a question of the day.
I'm ready.
Okay. Tyler, look over. Okay.
JP, you gotta stop playing with your duck on camera, man.
All right.
Wow,
Okay.
that was a good laugh.
Okay. The team that I would take over, if I was a coach. I don't even know. I'm so blown away. I feel like that one was worth the whole question of the day. I don't think we can top that. No matter what happens. Can we just be your coordinators in North?
No.
I'll be the water boy.
Yeah, Yeah, dude,
These
just sign me on
players
as
have
the team
diarrhea
manager.
from your water.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. I will. On that note, I think I'm ready for for the. No, I'm joking. Tyler, do you have a team that you've thought of now?
No, he is not.
Honestly, I was going to go with Kennesaw State. Reason being is they have been terrible for too long.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna make them worse. The poor Kennesaw State.
Hey, we saw what
This
happened
man,
when I went there in NCAA.
Jared, you see what I deal with? We're following up North Texas with Kennesaw State. This man spent that whole time laughing just Kennesaw State. No, that's not. No.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Oh, at this point, give me Georgia Tech. I mean, I'll take over Georgia Tech. Park isn't cool.
Hey, too soon. How am I supposed to gain experience with no experience, huh? Gosh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, honestly, at this point, that might be a serious answer in Georgia Tech. The ACC sucks. I wouldn't run the same offense Georgia Tech runs. I'd switch that up in a heartbeat. And you're in Atlanta. You got all the recruiting tools you need in Atlanta. So give me Georgia Tech. North Texas. That was so out of pocket. No, just so random. That was so funny though. But I respect it because that's a team that actually really. Let me dial it back in. They could compete for the at-large bid in the college football playoff spot if you catch them on a good year.
If you catch on a good year. JP is not enjoying this moment like we are doing.
Oh man.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Okay. Well, boys, do y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about for college? Or are you ready
Wow.
Shake of your face. You're killing me right now. Okay. All right, for the NFL, let's go over our picks from Thanksgiving.
I can't even look at him.
Tyler, I have a title idea for the episode tonight. Okay. Jacob, once again, you took the lead a little bit further. You went 3 for 3 in yesterday's picks, which were the Lions, Cowboys, and Packers. All three were the winners, obviously. Tyler, you were you were in last. You picked the Bears and the Dolphins, unfortunately for you. And my only miss was I picked the Dolphins because I thought that they would do better than what they did. They didn't.
Tua is now 0-8 when it's 40 degrees or less.
I mean, at that point, where was that at the other day? Where was that stat when we were picking?
They showed it last year whenever they were playing in the playoffs.
Well, Tua, to be fair, it was not Tua's fault that they lost this game. I mean, he threw for 365 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he had like a really good completion percentage. I wouldn't blame Tua.
I
But
was just saying, he's their
yeah.
quarterback.
And then yeah, I mean, the Cowboys and Giants. What is it, Tyler? Oh, okay. Well, the Cowboys and Giants. That game went about as expected. Just two not great football teams, but the Cowboys pulled out with a win on Cooper Rush. Did the job. Yeah, Tua can't win in the cold. It's
He was throwing hospital balls. He was trying to have a bunch of his teammates join him in the hospital after their career.
And well, since you're making jokes like that, how about them Bears, Jacob? They,
Hey, all I'm gonna say is both of y'all's teams absolutely sucked against the Lions. Just let that be known. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're not a division rival.
We lost by 3 on
Okay.
stupid
Hey, the
PG.
Bears did exactly what the Bears always do.
We got rid of that problem.
Still
Yep, Matt
lost.
Eberflus
Still will lose.
was fired. The Eberflube, Mr. Hubbaflube,
Hubbafloo.
Mr. Hubbaflube. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought Caleb Williams played good enough to win.
he did.
They were down 16-0 at half, and in the second half, Caleb Williams stepped up until there was 30 seconds on the clock. But honestly, I don't fully blame him. I mean, Caleb Williams, you're supposed to get up to the line quickly, but that's on your head coach to see the clock
Well,
when you're getting all your guys set up and everything, and be like, "Hey, we need a timeout," and it just wasn't called.
me and Jared were talking about it earlier. There was like apparently he was waiting on the play call.
Yeah.
And it took 20 seconds. So like in that moment he's waiting on the play call to come in so that he was trying to get him to the line, you could see it. And then he was doing all whatever he was trying to do with the audible, whatever the signals were for that play. But they talked about it all day yesterday. As a head coach, you have to be on you are a play clock management person. So is somebody who is upstairs watching the clock. So is Caleb Williams. I'm not fully blaming this on Eberflus. I'm not fully blaming it on because Caleb Williams could have said, "Hey, we go," and then first of all, not even call like in that moment. If we were wasting so much time on the clock, we can't pick a play. Call a timeout then design a play to get the 8 yards we needed, have an out route to the sideline, and then kick a field goal from there. But
Ain't that the facts? Ain't that the facts, Jared?
everybody in Chicago gave up on that head coach. Everybody did. I said it weeks ago that offensive coordinator and Eberflus needed to be fired. And what happened? They both got fired.
I'm pretty. The offensive coordinator got fired a couple weeks ago, huh?
2 weeks ago, or technically
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. But another point, the Bears have lost in the last 3 weeks a combined 7 points. And we're literally right there on the cusp of making that our record would look so much better with those 3 wins than obviously you had the Hail Mary that didn't happen, and then you had the blocked field goal at the end of the game to win the game, and then you had this week. Like the Bears are just on the wrong side of it, and I mean they played really well.
It's okay. There's always next year.
Yep.
There is always next year. It just rubs me the wrong way, and when we want to be complete idiots. So whatever.
Go Bears.
Yep.
Got
And
Bears.
then earlier today, the Chiefs hang on
Got bailed
19-17, got bailed against the Raiders.
again.
Yeah.
Crazy comment.
It's insane at this point, but we'll see.
The best worst team. I said it earlier. They're the best worst team.
I mean,
I think the Jags are the best of the worst.
I mean, dude.
No, we're just the worst. There's no best.
Tyler, you look like you're
He's trying to read.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Sorry, I was pulling up the the Georgia Tech game so I could watch
Oh,
it.
It's at halftime, brother.
Well, I had the live stuff going on my phone, so I was pulling it up because we're still talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had something else pulled up.
Yeah, and then well, let's just go ahead and knock out our two picks for Sunday. First, Eagles and Ravens. Jacob, who I feel like I know who you're gonna pick.
I'm gonna pick the Eagles on this one.
Oh, never mind. I didn't know you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles.
Okay, Tyler.
I'm gonna go with Come back to me. Come back to me.
Soft.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Ravens actually, not because you picked the Eagles, Jacob, but
Yeah, it
because
is.
um I think it's you know the Ravens, they seem to do good in these kind of matchups where it's just all eyes will be on it and they're just gonna shine. It's okay. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Never
I
mind
feel like
changing my
they're
pick to the Ravens.
well. Congratulations. I don't care. I still pick the Eagles.
That's fine.
All right. Well, and then our next game, our last game that we're picking is the Rams at the Saints. Um, I mean this. Give me the Rams. I don't think the Saints are very good at all. It's just a matter of the Rams they're just a better football team. I'm gonna take the Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Rams as well.
Alrighty, let's make it a trifecta.
Yeah.
I think
All
that was
right.
pretty clear that we were all going with the Rams.
I mean, the Lions over the Bears is pretty clear too, but you still pick the Bears.
Jacob, where's your Oh,
Touche.
Jacob, the Jags host the Texans
I
this
haven't even
weekend.
looked at it. I don't even care.
Well, hey, the Titans found a way against them, so it's possible.
No, it's not.
Um,
Dylan, who the Titans play this week?
they are traveling to the Commanders
Oh.
actually this week,
Mm,
so it'll be interesting. Um, I'm just hoping to see Will Levis continue to improve on what he's been doing the past few weeks. Titans have a good defense, so really it just comes down to can the Titans do anything against the Commanders' good defense. So, but I'm
well,
just
boys,
excited to see what we get.
we got the question of the day for NFL too.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm done talking about the Titans.
you can go ahead if you want to.
No, no, it's okay. What's the
I mean,
question then?
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me about your. Go ahead and tell me about your tits.
You know, hey, yo,
Whoa!
there's
Okay,
children.
so since Tyler already brought it up, the question of the day is who is the greatest QB of all time in your opinion? Tyler, since you were so eager to get to this, I'll let you start us off with who's the greatest QB of all time, Tyler.
I'm gonna go with Tom Brady. All those Super Bowls, MVPs. He made it. Look what he did when he went down to Tampa Bay. He just made everybody better.
Who can we thank for this question of the day?
I didn't put it. So
Okay.
so we gotta thank our own co-host here.
Oh, you didn't do your job
Oh, sorry. My bad.
playing that double XP.
Sorry. My bad. Trying.
Jacob,
Yeah.
Oh,
who's the greatest QB of all time?
I mean, I think
Give me Jacob.
All those DUIs, baby.
it's a pretty straight cut here. I think it's Tom Brady as well, just because you play. I mean, you play the game for one reason, and it's to win Super Bowls, and he's won what 7 of them, and so I think it's just pretty dry cut there. You play a game to win it.
Yeah, I feel like that was a
He's
pretty easy question of the day. We got to work on our fans at home. We got to work on our questions of the day. No
At
joke.
Jared.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do y'all have anything else for NFL?
So I'm assuming you're picking Tom Brady.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
I think he
there's
picked
not a
Ben
whole lot of room
Roethlisberger.
for debate.
Yeah.
Um, is that Mr. Paul Pennington?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh man.
We give a shout out to that guy, Mr. Paul. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.
Yep. All right. Jacob, I know you're very interested to start talking about the NHL. I know this is your take us to the ice, Jacob. What do you have for us today? What do me and Tyler need to learn?
All right, so from the Predators' standpoint, they just made their previous trade with Chicago, Tyler's team here. They traded for a player, Ryder Ralston. They got acquired him 3 days ago, actually, and but there's future considerations for Chicago on that end of it. Um, the Predators also called up two guys from their minor league team out of Milwaukee, Willsby and Blankenberg, on Tuesday. And right now they're tied in last place with
Dinkelberg.
Chicago. Dinkelberg is Blankenberg. But no, they're tied in last with Chicago.
Yeah,
So,
we suck. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even know that they traded him.
but no, outside of Nashville, the Rangers are inquiring about the Canucks' top player, JT Miller. He's kind of been their big forward for the Canucks, especially for their playoff push. Uh, Panthers are kind of having a rough stretch here. I know that we talked about it; they're trying to go back to back, but they're 4-6 in their last 10 games, so not looking too good for the current. But I'm sure they're looking to stretch it out after beating the Maple Leafs 5-1. Carolina continues to have their hot streak of 16 5-1. They finally got one overtime loss in there. So it looks like they're not doing too well in overtime, but they're doing well overall. But also, I don't think I mentioned it on Tuesday.
You did not, sir.
Sidney Crosby becomes the 21st player in NHL history to score 600 career goals. So that guy, even though the Pittsburgh Penguins aren't doing too well this season, he's still doing what he can do.
Yeah, I'm still mad at him. Um, yeah, okay. And then I don't know who entered the MLB. Jacob, was that you as well?
It was indeed.
Okay, well, do you wanna
Yeah.
do you wanna kick us
So
off on
I
that
looked
too?
around, taking us back into the diamond. Just looking around the baseball news, a lot of activity, especially with Yankees and everybody in the AL East. The Yankees and the Red Sox are both acquiring about Max Fried from the Braves since they missed out on the Blake Snell opportunity for the Red Sox. And then Corbin Burns is also in the conversation to go to the New York. So that's also a big look. And then I guess the Yankees are pushing for Juan Soto because they just made a massive offer compared to the first offer they gave him.
You do you know exactly what the offer was?
It didn't say. It just said they increased his salary offer by a lot.
There's a
And do
we'll
what?
see. We'll see. It'll definitely. I feel like it's definitely going to come down to the Yankees and the Dodgers, who are the
I think
two
it's going
top
to
two
come back.
teams.
I think it's going to come down to the Yankees and Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays really want him, but
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. It's just what they. It's just
Hey,
what
buddy.
the predictions are.
Well, I saw something the other day. Apparently, the Cubs were interested in him, but that's not going to ever happen because why would it, right? Let's just not be better. Got it.
Staying with the Braves and O's, I don't think Nathan Evaldi's. I think he's leaving Texas. From my understanding, he's asking too much, and Texas doesn't want to pay him that contract. So the Braves and O's are leading the charge on him.
Mm.
Uh, and then the Phillies, White Sox are looking to make a trade for Alec Baum to the White Sox, and so the Phillies get Garrett Crochet, which will be a huge addition to the Phillies' starting rotation.
But didn't
Uh,
Bohm is their everyday third baseman?
yeah, I don't know what they're doing
So
there.
yeah, like unless they have like some prospect that's supposed to be electric, like I mean, I'm not saying he's lighting it up, but I mean that's their everyday third baseman. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And then a couple days ago, Blake Snell signed with the Dodgers for a 5-year, $182 million contract. I think that brings the team's total between their top four guys to 980 something million. Yeah.
And those guys are going to be paid for, 20 years. Like, there's just no way, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
It's more than that. Because Otani's alone was 700 million, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's
Yeah.
up there.
So this one right there just those two put them at pretty much 900 million. So, but I saw that most of this contract is going to be deferred, which that's baseball's biggest problem right now. Is they're basically putting in loans on these players and saying, "Oh, we'll get it to you eventually. Just come be a part of a championship team, and we'll figure
Yeah.
it out."
Once again, they're going to be paid for 20 years.
Yeah,
And
but
then
yep.
yeah, the last thing about it all here to kind of wrap up the diamond is Brandon Crawford finally announced his retirement. He's after 14 seasons, he's done.
It's sad. I love watching that.
I
type
love
of
I love me some Brandon Crawford. Yeah, he's really good. I love watching Brandon Crawford.
stuff.
Hey, did you just toot over there? Sounded like you did. It sounded like you let out a little squeak.
I don't know, but Tyler, you see this? He's got all his awards back there from when he wins the weekly picks. He's over there putting up his own awards.
Hey, you see mine?
Yeah, they're empty.
It's not there.
Yeah, well, you are in
You know.
last, so. All right, now I I see that someone took it upon themselves to mention that my favorite team lost. I don't know who decided to do this, but over to the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks did indeed. Why do I have to say this? They beat the New York Knicks
Okay.
um, on Wednesday. That's yeah. Oh, Jacob, you're making me mad. 129 to 114. This is just another game where Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns basically did it all, and the Mavericks are a pretty good team when they put it all together. So, yeah, Kyrie and company, because Luka wasn't even playing in this game, so Kyrie Irving led the team, and yeah. So okay, I'll let everyone else take over the rest.
The Bulls are beating the Celtics right now, boys. 80-78. Best I got.
Thank you for that, Tyler.
You gotta
Um,
keep going.
Jacob, so Westbrook got fined for what?
Yeah, so I guess whenever Westbrook was playing the Knicks a week back or so, he got fined $35K for letting them know he's their number one fan to their whole bench. So, yeah, I just thought that was a fun, interesting thing from the NBA there, from their news side of it. It's kind of one of their
Oh man,
front headliners. I was like, oh, okay, sure.
North Texas.
Let's see. Yeah, and then I mean, yeah, this is a crazy stat for the Rockets. If you want to mention that too, Jacob.
Yeah, Jalen Green drops a career high of 41 points, and Sagan drops 22 with 14 rebounds to push them past the 76ers in overtime. They're actually having a pretty good season, I think, especially for how the Rockets were last season.
Yeah, they've had so many top draft picks, and they're finally starting to maybe put the pieces together a little bit. They're young players figuring it out, and didn't they added someone too that's Tyler, we're echoing.
Sorry, sitting too close.
Um, didn't Fred Van Vliet get in trouble? I'm still echoing Tyler, but like not too long ago, didn't he get in trouble?
I think so.
I forgot what happened, but there was something in the game. I think he got mad at a ref or something, or yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I think that's it, boys. We covered just about everything.
Yeah, and
Got some good laughs in here.
North Texas. That's all I gotta say.
Kennesaw State.
Yeah,
Buddy.
I feel like Tyler was trying
I-
too hard right there to try and match.
No,
what
no,
Texas
I
if he
wasn't.
randomly
I
pulled.
wasn't trying to match. I definitely North Texas has the laugh of the night for sure. I think, how long did we laugh for? Like 10, 15 minutes.
Something like that. It was worth it though. That was funny.
Oh, it was so worth it. It was so worth it. Y'all got any final thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Watch the Georgia game. Hope they lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
Go Georgia Tech. That would be interesting how it shakes up. So, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop that like and subscribe. And JP, what else they got to do?
Make sure you hit that bell button so it lets you know when we're going live.
And you'll never miss another moment of the TJD Sports Podcast. We will be back on Tuesday at 8. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you Tuesday.
So